What's up, my friends? I'd like to welcome everybody to a little short yoga session, some breathing, a little stretch, a little breathing, little movement. So a quick little check-in, got the sunrise coming up. Feeling pretty good, ready to fill these lungs up with some fresh, crisp air here in the morning. Let's just take a few moments to check in, to settle in. See how you're feeling today. Just so take a moment to close the eyes. Take a quick little inward journey, checking from head to toe, seeing how it is you feel. If there's anything that you need in the body. And to ask yourself, what do I want today? And what's it going to take to get there? Is that going to be a more vigorous practice? Is that going to be an easier practice? I know for me, it's going to be a bit easier than normal because I'm dealing with an injury to my knee. Obviously here I can't even fold my legs together. It's about as much as I can bend it right now, but I'm mending. So what do I want today, and what's it going to take to get there? I know for me, changing a state of mind is a big help. And one of the ways that I've found through experience with others and myself is to start with my breath. So let's just take in a few deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Nice and slow. Start to make that spine grow long and tall. Maybe the hands rest on the knees. And we just take a moment to settle in a little bit more. Letting go of judgment, letting go of expectations. Listening to the birds sing. And when we let go of that judgment and expectations, we start to get rid of all that turbulence that judgment and expectation creates. We start to experience that inner peace, that calm. And when we do that, we can start to clear the mind and bring in that pure heart. Letting go of all that we had to do to get to this moment. Letting go of all that we have to do after this moment. Bringing your awareness to here and now. Bringing in a few more deep breaths here. Making a little noise with that breath. Inspiring ourselves. Let's start to add a little movement with that breath, bringing the arms up into the sky. On the inhale and on the exhale, hands come together and down to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now on your next inhale, bring your hands forward. Bring the palms facing up towards the sky. Thumbs start to open up. Press those thumbs back behind you, opening that chest up. Look up towards the sky, and on the exhale, give yourself a hug. Now, same thing here. Open those arms up, palm facing up, thumbs pressing back. Open up that chest. Exhale, opposite elbow on top. This is our movement for about 3 more rounds on each side. If you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can bring in those eagle arms and cross the elbows. Bring the palms almost to touch. Stretch it open with the breath. Opposite elbow goes underneath. Remember, that's just an option. You can come right back to hugging yourself. Even that side up. Drop the arms. Shake it out. Bring the elbows up towards the ears, and on the exhale, roll down the back. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more rounds. Yes. Coming back to stillness. Now, bringing the bottoms of the feet together with the knees bent and slowly falling open. That like cobbler pose. Now I'm going to do the best I can with this bum knee I've got. But on this first one, we're going to keep that spine long and tall. The chest and chin are going to go forward. So keep that spine straight as we take a big breath in and then exhale to lean forward, keeping that back straight. And I'm going to have to extend that right leg just a little bit more, making adjustments here. So with our breath, we can inhale to make room. And on the exhale, allows us to get maybe an inch or 2 deeper. Bringing it back up to the top. Now this time, we're going to bring that curve into the spine. So the forehead's going to come down towards the heels. Big breath in to get length. Exhale. Fold it over, curve that spine, reach the hands forward, inching forward ever so slightly. Take a big breath in, exhale, fold a little deeper. Walk those hands back up. Hey Nina, what are you doing, girlfriend? Let's take a quick dog break. Say hello. She's been running through the tall grass. She's all wet from the morning dew. Oh, that's a good girl. All right. Let's take 3 breaths here just to get back in that practice. Let's bring our tabletop pose. So we'll get on our hands and knees. I'm going to grab a cushion for my knee. Whoa, yeah. So knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Whoa, and it's starting to get a little warm here, so I'm going to lose the jacket. From the hands and knees. Inhale that rib cage down. The gaze goes up towards the sky, and the heart can push through the biceps with a generous bend in the elbows. And on the exhale, push your shoulder blades up towards the sky. Tuck that chin in. Inhale, cow pose. Inhale, exhale, cat pose. Three more rounds just like this. Starting to bring that breath with the movement. Coming back to center. Bring a little side stretch along the rib cage. So same side shoulder, same side hip, coming closer to one another. Moving from side to side. Coming back to stillness. Bring in some circles with the hips. Now keep in mind, you can go much deeper than I'm going. So like going back over the heels, shoulders over the fingertips, and then we move in the opposite direction. And keeping in mind, I am modifying. You do want to keep both knees under the hips. And then coming back to stillness. On an inhale, reach that right arm up into the sky. Exhale, thread the needle under the armpit. The shoulder and the head are going to come down to the mat. You can walk that left hand forward or bring it around to the low back. Wrapping around the hips. Slowly untucking. Coming out just like we came in, back up to the sky. And then let's start on that other side. Left hand reaches up. Exhale, thread the needle. You can take that right hand forward or bring it around to the low back or around the hip. And then slowly untucking. Come out just like we came in. Oh yeah. Now, bring your big toes together. Knees can go out wide. For me, I'm going to modify. I'm bringing this right leg out because it doesn't bend. And then sitting back on those heels, or child's pose, bring the forehead down to the mat. Slowly coming back up to hands and knees. Gonna move this prop out of the way. Tuck those toes. And then bring the hips up for our upside down V, that downward dog. Now you can walk one heel out and bend the opposite knee, stretching the calf and hamstring. And then move from side to side. You can even get the hip involved and exaggerate that stretch. Now, come back to stillness. Spread the fingertips wide, the rib cage pushing towards the thighs, the heels pushing down towards the mat. And on an inhale, bring that right leg up into the sky. Stack the hips on top of one another, opening up. Bend that knee as much as you can. And then create some circles with the knee. And then the opposite direction. Foot comes back up. Flatten those hips. Bring that right foot down to meet the left foot. Now I'll take a breath here to reset. And then bring that left foot up into the sky. stack the hips, bend that knee, and then create some circles. And then the opposite direction. Bring that foot back up to the sky, flatten those hips, and then bring that foot back down. And back to that downward dog. Fingertips spread wide, rib cage pushing towards the thighs, heels pushing down towards the mat. And on an inhale, we'll roll forward like a wave into plank. Big breath in, exhale, lower halfway. Knees come down, inhale up for cobra pose. So our knees are down, tops of the feet on the mat, extending the arms, getting the turtle head out of its shell. Little sway from side to side. Tuck the toes in the back, lift those hips, push back, downward dog. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Here we are in a forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. We're still warming up here. Letting the top of the head get heavy. Grabbing opposite elbows with a little sway from side to side. And then bring those hands back to the earth. Walk your feet out a little wider than your hips. Toes are pointing out towards the corners of the mat. And with a little sway from side to side with the hips, we'll come down into a squat like a catcher in a baseball game or a yogi squat. Now, for me, this knee's not bending all the way, but I'm just testing the waters to see how low I can go. You can keep your feet flat here. You can come on the balls of your feet. I may bring this leg out wide. Bring your hands to your heart. Whoa, losing my balance. That's all right. We come right back. Bring the hands down to the mat. Sway those hips from side to side as we come back into that forward fold. Feet come back under the hips. Inhale, the hands to the shin and a flat back. Parallel with the floor in that L shape. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Hands above the head, coming together and then down to the heart. Taking one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. Bringing the feet about hip width distance, raise those toes up, bring them down one at a time. Engage the calves and thighs by squeezing together, but not actually moving your thighs or your legs. The belly button comes in towards the spine. Chest is slightly lifted. Spine is long and tall like a string is pulling us up. Take a big breath in and relax your shoulders. The pose of power and confidence. The few times I get my ass chewed, I like to come to this pose. Or if I'm feeling down, I come to this pose and know that I'm a powerful and confident individual. On an inhale, raise those arms up into the sky. Exhale, twist. Left hand goes in front, right hand goes back, and we also squat about 3/4 of the way down. Inhale up. Exhale, twisting and squatting. Feel free to bring your legs together. But for me, with this injury, it's much better to keep a little distance in those legs. Just a few more rounds on each side, just bringing a little heat, a little blood flow into those legs. finish up with one more round here. Bring everything back up nice and tall. Grab that left wrist and then lean over to the right for a side stretch. Inhale back up. Grab that opposite wrist and lean over to the left. Coming back up. Bring in that diamond cutter. Fingertips spread wide. Lean it back. Open that heart up for a little back bend. And then exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a few breaths here to reset. Now coming back with an inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale, swan dive into that fold. Inhale up for a half lift. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat for that plank position. Take a big breath in. Exhale, slowly lower halfway, elbows hugged in by the rib cage. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Up dog, we have our knees off the ground. Cobra, those knees are resting on the ground. Tuck your toes. Exhale into downward dog. Just a few breaths here in down dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, down dog. One more, roll forward. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, that right leg reaches up into the sky. Hold it here. See if you can lift a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, swing it through outside that right hand. With that back knee lifted, inhale that right arm up into the sky for dragonfly. Exhale, hand comes down inside that foot. We walk to the long side of the mat for a wide-legged fold. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to turn around, hanging out in this wide-legged fold. We come up for that half lift. Right hand comes under the face, left hand reaches up for a twist. Left hand comes down, right hand reaches up, twist. Bring that hand down. Take a big breath in here at this half lift. Hands are under the shoulders. Exhale, top of the head gets heavy into this fold, reaching the hands through the legs. Bringing everything back up to that half lift. Exhale, walk your hands forward for a wide leg down dog. So the chin and chest is pushing down, the hips are pushing behind you. And then bringing those hands back under the shoulders. Walking back to the front of the mat. So remember that I turned around, so back to that right leg. Framing that foot for a low lunge. Lifting that front foot up. And moving back to plank. Lowering through your vinyasa. Inhaling into upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths here in downward dog. On an inhale, that left leg reaches up. Hold it here. See if you can lift a little bit higher. And then swing it through outside that left hand. Reaching that left hand up for dragonfly. Bring that top hand down inside that foot. Walking to the long side of the mat for another wide-legged fold. Once again, I'm going to turn around. Hands are under the shoulders. Bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way up. Toes are pointed out towards the corners of the mat and reach up. Take up as much room as you can for a 5-pointed star. Bring the arms up over the shoulders. And on an exhale, we engage the biceps and squat at the same time. Inhale up. Exhale, squat. Now let's hold that squat here. Bring that right heel up off the mat. Woo! It's been a while since I've done that. Hands come to the heart. And we'll hold it for another breath or two and then bring that heel down. Now let's bring that left heel up off the mat. And we take some deep breaths, a little shake, a little burn, no big deal. Bring that heel down. Let's bring both heels up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my legs are shaking. And let's go ahead and drop those heels down. Bring the hands to the knees. We'll sway from side to side. Coming back to stillness. Raise that spine up on an inhale. Exhale, left shoulder goes towards that right knee. And we're working to open that heart up towards the sky. So we're twisting, also sinking into that hip. Woo! I feel that. And then coming back to center. Inhale that spine long and tall. Exhale, bring that right shoulder towards that left knee. Twisting that heart open towards the sky. We may not get there, but that's our goal. Slow the breath down. Coming back to center, raise everything up, reach the arms up, one more 5-pointed star. Exhale, fold. Walking your feet back to the front of the mat. This way, right? Hell, I don't know. But that back foot's gonna come forward. Meet at the top of the mat in a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, a little sway from side to side. Bring those hands back down to the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. We come all the way up at the top of our mat. Hands come together and down to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive into that fold. Come up for that half lift. Exhale back to plank. I gotta take it nice and slow. We lower halfway, elbows hugged in, tops of the feet. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now, let's take a few breaths here to reset. go ahead and lower the knees down. Walk your knees towards your hands and come to a seat. Oh, a little difficult for me, but no big deal. We twist those feet around and we come to a seat. Bring your feet flat. Knees are bent. Go ahead and grab the backs of the knees, and we'll start to play around with leaving the ground, or heels and feet leaving the ground, finding that balance point on our heel, on our sit bones. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring the feet up. Maybe the shins go parallel with the floor. Maybe your feet go even higher. Working to straighten those legs out. And this is option one, just to hang out right here. Option two is bring those hands up, palms facing up, chin's lifted, chest is lifted. And we hold for 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, lift a little bit higher. And then slowly bring it down, shake it out. Now, keep that left foot down, and that right leg's going to lift for half boat. Now, same thing, you can keep those hands right here on the backs of the knees. Bring those palms up for 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, lift a little bit higher, and then bring it down. Let's shake it out. Getting ready for that left side. That right foot's going to hang out on the floor. That left leg comes up. You can keep the hands on the backs of the knees or bring those hands up here. If you can point those toes. Woo, that brought a little shake. 4, 3, 2, lift up higher. Please. All right. Now, one last little core workout here, and then we'll start to slow it down and do some stretching. So let's come back to that boat pose. Bring your hands into that Charlie's Angels pistol, so interlacing the fingers, 4 fingers out. Spread the knees just a little bit, but the toes stay together. And start to lower just a little bit. And then come back. And then we lower a little bit more. And then we come back. See if you can go all the way to that low boat. Keep the shoulders and the feet off the ground and come back up. You got 2 more. And relax. And then we come to a seat. Let's bring our right leg out wide. Left leg is going to come inside that thigh. So a half V shape here. Now, for those that are not so flexible, I'm going to show you a trick for this pose. We'll come over the top like this with that left arm, but if we bend this leg, and keep in mind I'm nursing this injury, so I'm going to move really slow. I grab the inside of that foot. I bring my chest and chin, my head up, extending that spine, and as I start to extend that leg, I'm also leaning and twisting my heart open, and then I can bring that left arm over the top, reaching towards the toes, so creating the side stretch. That can get intense, but we breathe. And we suffer a little bit less. And then slowly come back over the top. We'll switch sides. So now that left leg is going to come out wide like a V. Right leg The bottom of that foot's going to come inside that left thigh. Now keep in mind, my knee only bends so far, so we'll see where I can get it. Oh yeah, about right there. That's good. So once again, I'll bend that knee just a little bit. I'll grab the inside of that left foot with my left hand. And as I start to extend, I get tall and I twist and start to stretch with that right arm over the top, reaching for the toes. And I think I'm a little bit more flexible on this side right now. Slowly bringing everything back up to center. Extend that right leg again, left leg inside that thigh one more time so our hips are straight. Our right leg is long. We're sitting nice and tall. We inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. We can bring the breath in to make some room. Exhale allows us to get a little deeper. Bringing it back up. We're going to switch sides. Left leg extends, right leg bends, and that foot comes inside that left leg. Inhale nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. About 3 breaths here. And then slowly coming back up. Let's extend both legs nice and long. Adjust those butt cheeks there, nice and even. Nice little L-shaped, tall spine, long legs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. And slowly coming back up. Find your way to your back on your mat. Hugging those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Rock from side to side. Bringing the arms out wide. Letting the knees fall over to that right side. Keeping both shoulders flat. And then look in the opposite direction of your knees. Bringing everything back up to center. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock. And then when you're ready, we'll move into the opposite side, arms out wide, knees fall over to the left, and then look in the opposite direction. Bringing everything back up. Extend both feet up. So the bottoms of the feet towards the sky, legs are straightening out. We grab the backs of the thighs. If you'd like to release that, bring your arms out wide again and just hold those legs up there. Bring the knees in towards the armpit. Reach your arms inside the knees, then outside the edge of the foot. for a happy baby. Little rock from side to side. And then slowly releasing. Feet come down. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Let the knees fall open slowly. One hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. Then we just sit here and take a few breaths. And let's find our way to that final resting pose. I like to have my feet at the corners of the mat, palms facing up, down by my hips. Shoulders adjusted and even, spines long and tall. And before we completely let go, let's take 3 big breaths together, and we can start by letting all of the air out now. And then take a big breath in through the nose. And let it go with a sigh. Another big breath in. And let it go. And the biggest breath so far. And release. And let that breath fall back to a natural rhythm. And just for a few moments or a few minutes, I'm just not going to talk, and we're going to listen to the birds sing. Feel the breeze blowing. Slowly start to deepen that breath. Inviting some gentle movements in the fingers and the toes, some circles with the wrists and the ankles, and then reach your hands above the head for a full body stretch, and then rolling over to one side, tucking the knees in towards the chest, the bottom arm used as a pillow. Use that top arm to push yourself up back to a seat. Into an easy seat, crossing the legs, bring your hands to your heart. Bringing in a little gratitude. Gratitude for this breath. Gratitude for this weather. Gratitude for this time to slow down. And may we go through this day lighthearted, carefree, knowing all is well. Namaste. Nina. Good practice, girl. Good practice.